Hello, my name is Mark Justice, and it is my honor to bring to you Decoding Buffett, Tackle Trading's insightful glimpse into the investment philosophy of one of the world's best, investors, one of the greatest thinkers we have ever had in the financial world. And in this series, we will peel back the layers of Warren Buffett's approach to investing, revealing the principles that have led to this success. In this first video, in a few moments, we're going to explore Buffett's early investments and education. But for now, what is Decoding Buffett? First, we will explore the investment insights. We uncover the bedrock of Buffett's strategy, the guiding principles that have been him to identify the diamonds in the rough. It's about understanding not just where to invest, but why these choices have made sense in the long run. Then we delve into pattern recognition. This is the art of sifting through the noise to identify the signals, those recurring traits in Buffett's investment picks that signal potential for growth and resilience. We learn to spot the patterns and then provide a framework for our own investing decision process. Then we're going to learn from Buffett's experience. He's had some victories, some defeats. We embrace this wealth of knowledge, letting the takeaways from Buffett's experiences inform our own investment strategies. And then finally, we will focus on strategic application where we weave it all together. The insights, the patterns, the lessons into a coherent strategy for our own personal investing. We translate Buffett's wisdom into actionable steps that align with our financial goals and risk profiles. So join us in this video series as we decode the strategies of Warren Buffett, offering you a blueprint to enhance your investing acumen. Decoding Buffett is more than a study. It's a journey towards empowered and informed investing. So in this video series, we are going to learn about so many strategies and techniques in decoding Buffett. But part of that decoding is understanding the formative years. They played a huge role in who Warren Buffett ended up becoming. Now, born to a U.S. representative from Nebraska, Warren Buffett at a young age had this drive for success. He sold gum, he sold soda, he sold lemonade. He would track the foot traffic to know where to sell that lemonade at. Real drive for success from a young age. Had a paper route, was willing to work hard to make money. Now, Mr. Buffett had an interest in the stock market from a really young age. And one of the greatest stories from Warren Buffett's youth was his first stock purchase, right? Like at age 11, he made his first stock purchase. He bought 3 shares for himself and he bought 3 shares for his sister. I'm sure he was really excited as a young man, right? First stock purchase, let's make some money. Well, that trade started heading south almost from the get-go. He bought it at 38, which no cheap amount in those years, right? He bought it at 38. It went to 27. Well, Warren Buffett had diamond hands from the get-go. There was no panic selling. And then it went to 40. He held on, went to 40, and then he sold. So he made a profit on his first trade ever. Showed diamond hands, made a profit. Great trade, right? Made some money, right? Warren Buffett would recall this first trade dozens and dozens and dozens of times in interviews that he would give over the decades. He would stress that this stock that he sold at 40 and would eventually go to $200 left him with this sick feeling inside. And taught him some very valuable lessons, taught him about long-term outlook, that this was an investment. He was right, but sold early because he wanted immediate satisfaction. It would teach him about patience. It would teach him about potential over immediate gains. Valuable lessons that Warren Buffett would apply throughout his investing career. Now, Warren Buffett, after his first stock trade and in the midst of the gum selling and the lemonade selling and the paper route, he was continuing to look for new ways to invest, new ways to make money. He invested in farmland. He started a pinball machine business where he would, like his lemonade stories, find the best place to put it and then expand that operation. Warren Buffett was a hustler. He was a hustler at a young age with this drive towards success, study, observation, this will to succeed. So we have a pretty good snapshot of the young Warren Buffett. Young man driven for success, hustler, selling gum, pinball machines, learning from his stock trades, buying farmland. We got a pretty good snapshot of this young man. Well, this young man also wanted to acquire an education. He attended the University of Pennsylvania, Wharton, and then would transfer back home to University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and then would have one that Harvard probably wishes they could take back because Harvard rejected Warren Buffett. He applied to Harvard, was rejected. Now, we, Warren Buffett fans, are very happy that Harvard rejected Warren Buffett because Warren Buffett would not have become the Warren Buffett that we know today, in my opinion, had he not attended the University of Columbia after that rejection. Now, the University of Columbia was home to Benjamin Graham, who would soon serve as a mentor to Warren Buffett. Warren wanted to become an investor. He wanted to become a successful investor. He wanted to learn about investing. This was his calling. He knew it. And Benjamin Graham was widely known as a leader in the field. We view him decades later as the father of value investing. The Intelligent Investor was one of those books for the ages, even at the time it was written. It just was one of those special books in history. And Warren Buffett, his success, the principles that we will teach in this series, the techniques he would use, the strategic approach towards investing he would employ for decades, and decades. Well, its home was sitting at the feet of Benjamin Graham as a mentor during these years where Warren Buffett would learn from him. Now, it wasn't just Benjamin Graham. There were other very well-known individuals at Columbia at the time, David Dodd, author of Security Analysis. But this experience at Columbia obviously set the stage for the strategies and techniques that would follow. Just listen to Warren Buffett's own words as he describes Benjamin Graham's historic work, The Intelligent Investor. He says, to invest successfully over a lifetime does not require a stratospheric IQ, unusual business insights, or inside information. What's needed is a sound intellectual framework for making decisions and the ability to keep emotions from corroding that framework. This book, referring to The Intelligent Investor, precisely and clearly prescribes the proper framework. High words of praise for his mentor, Benjamin Graham. Now, Benjamin Graham obviously left an impression. We see this through the decades of investing techniques Warren Buffett used, but immediately after, he wanted to go work for Benjamin Graham. Now, Benjamin Graham didn't hire him at the start, but a persistent Warren Buffett was eventually hired and offered a position at Graham's corporation. Now, this time period, he would continue knowledge, learning techniques, practical experience, applying these value investing techniques on security analysis. Now, eventually, Warren Buffett would go out on his own and start making investments, purchases. First one, Dempster Mill, was his first major purchase. It's something that Warren Buffett would later call the dumbest stock purchase he ever made in his life. He took controlling interest in Berkshire Hathaway along these times. And during these early years of Buffett out on his own, he would meet a man called Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger played a pivotal role in Warren Buffett's success. Now, an interesting little tidbit about Charlie Munger is that he worked, even though he never met Warren Buffett during this time period, he actually worked at Buffett's grandfather's grocery store. I just found that a very interesting little tidbit. But this man, Charlie Munger, you cannot tell the story of Warren Buffett without telling the story of Charlie Munger's influence on Warren Buffett. He sat at the feet of Benjamin Graham, learned from Benjamin Graham, and then Charlie Munger took him to the next level. Charlie Munger, the architect, had a wonderful quote. Warren, forget about ever buying another company like Berkshire. But now that you control Berkshire, add it to wonderful businesses purchased at fair prices and give up buying fair businesses at wonderful prices. In other words, abandon everything you learned from your hero, Benjamin Graham. It works, but only when practiced at small scale. Benjamin Graham laid a foundation for Warren Buffett. Charlie Munger took it to the next level. Warren Buffett didn't need money from Charlie Graham. Warren Buffett didn't need a buddy, although the two became lifelong friends. He needed the knowledge that Charlie Munger would provide and the vision that Charlie Munger would provide to become the man we know today as Warren Buffett. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, share it with others, and we will continue this journey of decoding Buffett in our next video.